We only have 40 minutes, so I'm just going to show you. Now, if you are going to create an ad, right? First of all, have your
Okay.
Facebook business page. Once you've had your Facebook business page, the next thing you're going to do, all right, please do you have your pen? I hope you have a book or a pen you can record to.
Yes. I do. Yes,
All
I
right.
have it.
So the next thing you're going to do is you click on tabs and you open a separate tab. Okay. And your separate tab, you're going to look for you're going to look for ads manager.
Okay.
All right. Ads manager. Or you can type Facebook ads manager. Okay. So when you see the Facebook ads manager for Facebook, Instagram, you just click it. When you click it, it's going to take you into, now because mine is already loaded, it's just going to take me into the page. So it's going to take you to this page. All right.
Okay.
The next thing you do, you go to ads manager. Once you've clicked on go to ads manager, it's going to take you directly into the ads manager page. All right. Now that is where you create your ad.
Okay.
All right. That is where you create your ad. Now in this page here, normally it will not show this, but like I said, because I've been using it, it just went straight there. But in the beginning, if it's a fresh Facebook page, all right, it's just going to go directly into this page that will load up. And most likely, since yours is going to be new, there's going to be nothing, just this. All right. So you have some few options. Let's just go through so I can teach you how to create an ad. It's fairly simple, really. All right. So it's loading up some other options. You can see already campaigns, ad sets, ads. Don't allow it to confuse you. It's not, they are simple things. So break it down. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to notice is you're going to see the create in green right here, right? You click on create. When you click on create, okay, it's going to ask you, going to give you some options of what exactly are you trying to, what kind of adverts are you trying to run? So if it's brand awareness, you can click brand awareness. If it's you want to reach more people, you can click reach. But personally, I focus on just two. And those two are in consideration. I focus on traffic and focus on lead generation. So today I'm going to be showing you about lead generation. I'm not going to talk too much about traffic yet, but I'll talk to you about lead generation first. Now, for lead generation, what this means is that people feel is like setting up an online questionnaire. You're trying to generate people, leads, prospects. So you click on it and then you click on continue.
Okay.
It's now going to tell you, it's going to take you into how to create the adverts now. Now, Facebook have made it very, very simple for you to create an advert. The first thing it will tell you to pick a campaign name. All right. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to pick Business Leads 2022.
Okay.
I'm just going to type that down, Business Leads 2022. Okay. Now, it will save that. It will save that. Next thing, you move down a bit. You don't need to change anything. Categories, auction type, campaign details. You don't need to change anything there. A/B test, you can leave it the same. All right. We're not doing an A/B test. So the next thing you do, you just click on next.
Next. Okay.
It will now take you to the next detail. Can you see ad set name? All right. So once again, we're going to turn it to business leads ad set. Just basically keep it the name of the main campaign.
The first, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just to make it easier for you to remember. So business leads ad sets. That's just what I'm going to name it as.
Okay.
All right. Now the next thing is asking you for instant forms, automated chats. Okay, calls. No, you leave it on instant forms.
Okay.
Then it's going to ask you for the page. Choose the Facebook page you want to promote. It's going to be, like I said, you see your own options. All right.
Okay.
This is where you choose your Facebook page, that your business page. So you click on it.
Okay.
In this case, you see Millionaire Minds. Then it will ask you for this, you to accept the terms. So you click on view terms. when you click on view terms, it will tell you the kind of things that Facebook allows. Facebook does not allow some particular kind of adverts. Anything that is fanatical, anything that promotes nudity, anything that promotes violence and all that, it will not allow it. So all you do is that you go through it, and then at the bottom, usually you see I accept. Do you accept this term? You just click on accept. But like I said, they are not seeing it here because I've already done that before.
Okay.
So when you click on it, you see, do you accept? You just click on accept. All right. So let me see if I can get this out of the way. All right. So let's go back now. Sorry, this is back. All right. So let's move on. The next thing, you see dynamic creative. Leave that off. Don't put it on. All right.
Okay.
Now we'll move down. You see optimization and delivery. Just leave it the way it is. The next most important thing is this budget and schedule.
Okay.
All right. Now in the beginning, can you see at budget? You see daily budget, right?
Yes. Yes.
My advice: remove it from daily budget and put it on lifetime budget. This way, you can always change how much you want to add. All right. Now, the lifetime budget that is set here is 89,550. What this means is that I'm going to spend 89,550 for the lifetime of this ad.
Okay.
I don't need to spend it all at once. I can start with whatever amount I want to start with. But if you put it on daily budget, it will ask you for how many days, and it will take that amount. Let's say you put daily budget 10,000 for 5 days. It will spend 2,000 naira every single day on your advert. Okay. So the next thing you see is start dates. You pick the start date. You want to start it today. You can pick 11 p.m. You can pick the next morning if you want to start. So I can choose start dates. All right, put the option 13, and I can choose it to start by 8 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Finish date. My advice is allow your finish dates to be 7 days more. Sometimes Facebook will just put it 1 month more. All right. You can leave it. You can leave it as that as you want, but I usually put mine on 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
Now the next thing you move to the audience. Now this is where you now start to target where you want your adverts to go.
Okay.
All right. So right now the advert is saying Nigeria, and Nigeria's, can you see here where my arrow has gone to, right? Estimated audience definition. The estimated audience from Facebook in Nigeria is from age 18 to 65 is 30 to 36 million. Is too broad. So you can decide. Personally, I run this kind of adverts in specific locations. I can choose Lagos. It will give me options that I want.
Okay.
Okay. I hope I'm not being too fast for you.
No, I'm okay. I'm following up.
Okay. So I'm going to choose. Let me just go. So hold on. Let's see what happened here. Okay. I'm trying to edit it. Okay, let's go back. So in this search locations, I'll just put Lagos. Can you see Lagos, Nigeria?
Yes.
I'll click on that. Another thing I can click on Kaduna. Kaduna State. So I can basically click on states that I want the advert to go. All right. And then can you see people living or recently living in this location? I advise you to click the option down and click on people living in this location, so that you know that it is only those people that are there at that moment that the advert is targeting. Now, the next thing you want to change is you want to change the age group of the adverts. All right, you want people that have money. So most likely people that are 25 above. Okay. So you can put 25 to 65 plus. Now, can you see the audience has changed? Your audience is defined. That's 6.4 to 7.5 million.
Okay.
All right. Now, another thing you can do is you can change the detail or the demographic. Now, we're not really going to go too much into this, but let me just give you an option. I can tell Facebook that I want people that are business minded, people that like business, people that look for all these business kind of posts. I'll select it. it may reduce the size of my audience though.
Yes.
Okay. So can you see it has reduced it to 4.6 to 5.4? But at least now it's not targeting any kind of person. It's targeting people that like business or people that like big business. So I can type the options and to give me the kind of options I want. I can type people that small business owners, okay, business and finance. Now it's going to just help me to define what I'm looking for. I can also type people that like health and healthcare, health and wellness. Okay.
Yes.
So Facebook will now target this kind of people. All right. Now, usually I usually tell people a good audience is about around 3.5 to 5 million people. All right.
Okay.
That's a good audience. Now, leave the gender since it's not what we wanted to target everybody, male and female. But if you do an advert for just female, you can decide to pick female. It will give you the
Okay.
options all men, women. So we want it on all men and women.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll move down.
Yes.
The next thing we'll do is we'll save the audience.
Okay.
All right. We can call it business Lagos and Kaduna.
I don't know.
This way, if you do another advert, you don't need to start looking for make another one. Just click on this one and it automatically sets the audience for you. All right.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to now make it a little bit. Now, it's saying you likely won't spend the entire budget for this article because your audience is too small. Increase your size of audience. Now, you can increase it if you want. Like I said, you can make it more states. You can add states if you want. Okay, I'm just giving this as an example. Now, we'll now go to placements. Automatically, it is set on automatic placement, but we're going to change it a bit.
Okay.
To manual placement. All right. Now, the reason I'm saying we're changing it a bit is because Facebook will actually automatically paste your ad where it feels it's best. But for example, if I'm not running the ad on Instagram, I don't need to spend on Instagram. I don't want to take the money that I'm spending on Instagram. Do you get it?
Okay.
If I'm not spending on audience network, I don't want to spend on. I just want it to spend on Facebook alone. Now, what is it spending? I don't want it on Facebook video feeds unless it is a video I'm posting.
Okay.
If it's not a video, then I don't want it to spend money on what I'm not using. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Facebook
Yes.
stories is fine. InStream is also about video, so I'm going to click that off. All right. Then also search. I'm going to click. I'm going to leave the search on. In article is fine, but it's more about publishing. So I'm just click that off as well. This way, I just want it on where it will maximize the money. Okay. After this, that's all. I've set the kind of advert where I want it to go. I just click on next. Now we get to the final part of this. All right. What do you want your advert to say? Now, this is very, very important. How you're going to create this is very important. So what you want your advert to say, okay? You click the ad name. Once again, you can put, let me just go to it, sorry. So once again, you can put your business leads ads, okay, ad, and then it's still linked to your page. If you want to advertise on Instagram, you can decide to link it on Instagram. All right, but we're not doing that with this one. Now you have to now create the image, what people want to see, what you want them to see. So advice, keep it on ad setup, keep it on single image or video.
Okay.
Then scroll down a bit, you see add creative, so you can now add media. Now it is from my mentor taught me a little trick. I'm going to teach you the same thing. When you're doing an advert, if you're not using a Buena Vida posts like poster, all right, which I usually don't use Buena Vida posters, to be honest. So what I do is I look for pictures of smiling women because psychologically people are more open when they are more open to clicking on the advert when they see that there's a smiling woman in front of it. So I can click on this one. All right, you can download smiling black women images on Google.
Okay.
So I click on this one. All right.
Mm.
I said, okay, this is fine. Then I just click on done. I'll just give you an example. You don't have to use this one. You can use more business-minded ones if you want. All right.
Okay.
But what is the advert going to see? So this primary text. All right. I'm just going to put business opportunity.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be on the top of it. And then headline. Usually if it's a questionnaire I'm about to write out, I can put something like, are you looking to raise more money for your business?
Okay.
So that's the headline. Now, because I know a lot of people are looking for ways to make more money. So are you looking for ways to make more income for your business? Question mark.
Mm.
All right. Now that I've added it in the description, what I usually add in the description is I think is the description that we use on our questionnaire. I don't know if you've seen our questionnaire before.
Leave more, which of them?
The physical questionnaire.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
You've seen it before, right? So you know in the
Yes.
description of the physical questionnaire, there's where it writes Century 21 is a global
Yes.
initiative that shows smart. So you can just type that out. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just give you an it's a global initiative that shows smart and selected young
People.
and old, young entrepreneurs. Century 21 Freedom Group is a global initiative. I didn't write the freedom group. Just basically take what is in the flyer, all right,
Yes.
and then write it. Just type it down here. Okay. So
Okay.
because of time, because this is free Zoom, I'm just going to click. Just write the remaining parts that you want to write down. Okay.
Okay.
Then call to action, you can leave it on sign up or you can put on apply now.
Okay.
All right. Now the next thing is you have to create a form. So you can see this instant form. All right. So you create a form. Now the first thing you see is when you click on create a form, you see form name. So that's where you put leads.
Okay.
All right. Then form type, just leave it on more volume. Intro, click on an image that you want to put down. Let me see if I can just get an image quickly.
Okay.
Now, usually you can just use the same image as the same image
The
that
smiling.
you before, yeah, the smiling face. So
Okay.
let me just see if I have one quickly. Okay. This is fine. Okay, this is fine. So I can just choose this one.
Okay.
All right. Now, once you've clicked on your image, all right, the same headline that you wrote before, you can still write it again.
Okay.
Are you looking to, are you looking for more ways to make, are you looking for ways to make more income for your business? Because we're looking for business partners with this, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, it has finished. So I can't, sorry, it's a total of 60 words. So let me see. Are you looking to raise more? Okay, are you looking to raise more income? To raise your income. For a business. We're gonna write this, right? Okay, for a business. So question mark. So can you see it's changing on the ad now?
Yes.
All right. Then once again, you put the same thing you put Century 21 is a global, just type it down again.
Initiative. Okay.
Century 21, blah, 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 blah. So you, after you write that down, we move from there and you move directly to questions.
Questions.
Okay. So in questions, this is where you start asking getting the person's information. Now, some people leave it open. They don't add anything. They just leave it open. When I mean leave it open, I'm going to explain.
Okay.
At the bottom of questions, you see email, right? What they do is instead of email, they add another category and they just put phone number.
Okay.
They don't really ask any questions. They just leave it like this. People will see the advert and fill their information by themselves.
Okay.
You cannot take, when you now fill it, there's a way Facebook will deliver it to you. I'll show you that. I just want to quickly watch this. So questions that you can ask, just add the questions that are on the questionnaire, on the flyer that is given to you, all right? Multiple questions.
Okay.
Are you looking to raise more money for your business? Yes or no? Same thing.
Okay.
Okay. For your business, yes or no? Yeah, answers. One answer, yes. So this is the multiple choice, right?
Okay.
Second answer, no. Then you click add again. Then you move to add question. Another question, but this one, don't put multiple choice, just put short answer. What the short, another short answer is, what business do you want to start? So another short, what business do you want to start? All right, then you add question again.
Okay.
Short answer, how much do you want to start? How much do you want to raise? All right, and then short answer again. What business do you want to start? How much do you want to raise? And okay, that's basically, I think, yeah, that's basically it. Those are the major questions. What, how much do you want to raise? What business do you want to start? Yeah, that's it. Those are the three questions. Are you looking to raise money for a business? What business do you want to start? How much do you want to raise? Do you understand it? So can you see how it is there? Are you looking for
Yes.
to raise more money for your business? Yes or no? Click yes. What business do you want to start? Click how much do you want to raise? Boom. After that, you have filled you've put the email, phone number. Make sure that the phone number is there. It's very, very important that you add that, because it will not be added in the beginning. So Facebook will tell you not to add too many questions so that, keep it short and simple. Then this is very important. So please pay attention here. Now, it's going to ask you to add a link that you are going to use. Now, do not add La Buena Vida project, because once Facebook doesn't, I don't know, it blocks it sometimes when you put La Buena Vida. But our upline has a website called Beauty Health Lifestyle.
Okay.
Beauty Health Lifestyle. So you have to remember this website. Okay. Beauty Health Lifestyle. Now, what I usually do is I use his page. So this is his blog. I just copy his blog. Okay. Sorry, let me copy it. Right click. Oh. Anyway, I basically copy his blog. I don't know why this thing is a bit distant today. I basically copy his blog and I add it here, add a link. I just add the link here. www.beautyhealthlifestyles.com. All right. It's a way of securing the adverts. Then when it calls to call to action, this is where I will now put La Buena Vida. So they can now go on to know more. They can go to La Buena Vida projects.com to get more information. All right. The final thing I've not put, sorry, there's one more thing, is in form type, or is it? No, it's not here. It's an intro, I think. It's going to ask me, okay, It's here somewhere. Don't worry. Let me just click publish. So after you're done, the next thing for you to click is publish. When I
Okay.
click publish, it's going to take me here. You must let people know what you want to use their data for. So in this description, let people know how the information will be shared. I'll just put information will be shared. Sorry, I'll put your information will be shared to help us send you the right material. Will be shared with our organization. To help us send you more offers and service. Okay, we only have 10 minutes left. No problem. We're almost done. All right. So that's what I just put down so that people know what you're going to use their information for. After that, the next thing I do is click publish. Form name already exists. Let me see what it's talking about. Okay, so let me click 2022. Just sorry, hold on. Okay, so I click publish. All right, now can you see it's going to publish it now? So can you see the lead 2022?
Yes.
Good. It means that you now have your questionnaire set. All right. The next thing you do is after that you publish. Now when you publish, okay, when you click on publish, it's going to it's going to publish. You see publishing 1 of 3. Once it's done publishing everything, all right, what you need to do now is you need to add money to your account. So you click on these 3 dots. Can you see them here?
Yes.
You click on it, you go to billing. When you go to billing, you're going to see where to add money. And where you it's just like paying anything that you pay online. Okay. So you have your debit card around you, your Visa card. It's better you use Visa. Right now, there's no money in this my account. I've finished running all my adverts. All right.
Okay.
So what I do next is you just click on add funds. Once I click on add funds, it will give me options. I can click on the amount. If I want to run the advert for 5,000 or 10,000 right now, I just click on 10,000. Then I advise you to use this Naira payment with MasterCard. Why? There are no charges. If you add your card to it, right? And you just click on it, it has its charges. But this Naira payment with MasterCard and Visa, if I click on it, it will take me to a separate page where I will fill in my details and my information and to take the money directly from my account. Now, remember that you are doing live budgets, lifetime budget, right? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, now
I respond.
remember you're doing lifetime budget, so it's not take everything. But I advise you, because of the way scammers operate on Facebook, all right, try not to
Yeah.
try to have a separate account that you'll be running adverts from.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so with that being said, now how do you check it? So I'll spend the last 5 minutes now explaining how to check it. So
Okay.
when your advert has run, what do? You go back to your, maybe you've been running it for 1 day, 2 days, you go back to your page and then you go to this place that says publishing tools. Can you see on the left corner, just scroll down, you see publishing
Yes.
tools. You click on
Yes.
publishing tools, it will now take you directly, okay? It will now take you directly to inside the publishing tools. This is where you're going to be able to now see everybody that has filled the advert. So I'll show you the example. Let me just load up. Okay. Gotta be fast. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Maybe if I close some of these tabs. Okay, very good. So now it has opened up. So you scroll down on the left-hand corner, scroll down. You see lead ad forms. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, so you click on lead AdSense. Now, like I said, your own, you just see your own lead, just like you see leads 2022, right? You see it at the top. Okay.
Okay.
Now, before I mention the this, let me just quickly go back. Now, you normally in your ads manager, right? Facebook will review your ad before it publishes it. So
Okay.
you probably see in your ads manager, you see review. Let me just load so I can show you. You just see that Facebook is reviewing it. Once it's done, all right. Once it's done, then it will start. Can you see? Okay, business 2020 is saying account error because there's no money on it right now. But once there's
Okay.
money in the account, you see review. That Facebook is reviewing it. After it's done reviewing it, it will start Facebook will notify you when your advert has started. So what do you do when you've gotten leads? It will not be zero. Right now, can you see zero? That means nothing has generated, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Eventually, when it generates, you see numbers like this, 184. So what do? You click on download. You click on download. You see, can you see zero downloads here? That's because I've already downloaded everything. But if I go to it, let me just give you an example. You see something like this.
Okay.
The next thing you do, you just click on XLS. That stands for Microsoft Excel.
Okay.
So it will download it, open the Excel file. Once you open the Excel file, you now see everybody, that all their names and their numbers that they have filled up based on your advert. Okay, so it's loading up right now so that you can see everything. I just want
Okay.
to make sure that you're seeing any, but please, do you have any questions here? Any questions at all?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay.
But my question is the business page.
Okay, the business page. All right, just give me a second. All right, but you've understood it up to this point, right?
Yes, I do.
Really? All right, that's good. So I'm going to stop the recording now.